first started, he didn't want to go to events. I'm chilling at home. He's closing deals in his pajamas. He's like, I'm good. I'm making money sitting at home. You know how he would build his buyers list through Facebook. He would call every single person that's posted a deal, build a relationship. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm in Chicago area. If you got any deals, you know, he's gonna go over his pitch. Boom, 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 boom. So whenever we had a deal, like, yo, I already know who to dispose it to. This guy's called Dispo King. That's what we call him. If you don't follow him, check him out on social media. Dispo King. Vacate that property, find a new property, do this, do that, and you know, the whole mess, right? Because she's like, no, I want a house just like this. I want to still live in the neighborhood. She got insurance money, but she didn't want to spend the insurance money to fix it. She'd rather just buy a new house at this point, because everything was outdated. So we're like, hey, don't worry, we'll fix everything. We'll even find you a new house, you know, and we'll buy this property as is. So we did this whole process. Took about 4 months, but we got her a new property. She was good. She gave it to me a really good discount, and I made $102,000 on that deal. It took 4 months, but I made $102,000 net profit on one deal. You see what I'm saying? So it's like some people just pass away. Oh, you got this, that. Oh, no, we're good. You know, we don't want to do it. We can't wholesale it. Oh, you need a new house? You want to do this? You want to do that? Oh, no. We're just trying to, you know. So it's like, but if you come up with solutions and you actually are there with the right intentions to help the homeowner, you're gonna make some really big spreads, you know, really big profits. So that's one thing I want to let you guys know about this. This is steps to wholesale. There's 4 main steps. If you guys want to take notes on this, there's 4 main steps. The first step is generate leads. That's the first step. You guys understand. There's multiple ways to generate leads. I'm gonna get into it. But that's the first step. Okay. Second step is analyze deals, calculate MAO using comps. MAO means max allowable. Using comps just means is a short for comparables. Get the property under a contract. And I'm going to show you the tactics on how to get the property under a contract. And the fourth thing is dispositions, sell the contract. So that means this is the max I could pay for this property, right? So what we usually do is when we're running comps on this property to educate them and then get the property under a contract and then sell the deal. Another thing I want to mention, I don't know if it's in the slide, but if someone says, no, my property is worth $200,000 on Zillow, right? I understand your property is saying it's worth $200,000. $200,000 ARV, which means after repair value. That's what ARV stands for. So if your property is fully renovated, which means new floor, fresh paint, you got the HVAC, you got new windows, you got renovated, brand new kitchen, bathroom, all that stuff, finished basement, yes, it's worth $200,000. All right? But is your property this? When's the last time you changed the roof on your property? When's the last time you updated anything in your property? Oh, I changed the toilet seat. It's like, you'll have people say that stuff. I changed the toilet. Yeah. The bathroom, I changed the toilet. It basically works like new. That's not how it works. Bro, you'd be surprised. People don't even change the roof. 15 years understatement, bro. You talk to people, 20 years, 30 years, they haven't changed the roof. I'm like, I don't know how it's... See, that's what ARV is, right? So that's where the max allowable offer comes in. And then getting the property under a contract. Once I send you the contract, what we do is we send over the contract to the homeowner and we tell them, hey, can you open up your email? I sent you over our company commitments. Write that down, company commitments. I don't tell them, hey, here's a contract, open it up. Hey, sir, I just sent you our company commitments. Just a little information about, about our company and what we have to offer and a little bit about what we spoke about. Boom. And then what I do, once they open it up, I go over the contract line by line. I have a 1-page contract, which my attorney wrote, and it's a nationwide contract. So you can do deals nationwide. And we go line by line by line by line, and then ask them, do you have any questions? And then once they, we resolve all their questions, because what happens is 99% of the time, they want to sell their property for this price, but in the back of their head, they're like, hey, is this a scam? It's just like, I don't know if this is, real. I don't know if they're going to pay me or they steal my property. That's why we have that assurance. We go line by line by line by line and say, sir or madam, do you have any questions on this? And the thing about these contracts is, in our contract, it says business partner approval. So even if we don't sell the property, nothing happens. So we don't get sued or anything like that, because we're not obligated to buy these properties, right? We're trying to wholesale these deals, right? In whatever scenario, whatever case that we can't sell the deal because it's locked up too high or the property isn't valued at that price or you guys didn't estimate this repair cost or that repair cost, because once the actual buyer goes in, he's like, hey, yo, this needs replaced, or do the foundation damage, cost $60,000. I didn't know that. It wasn't in the pictures. Cool. Now you just renegotiate with the seller, tell her, hey, I found this, this, and this that was wrong. And the best thing is, these buyers will tell you what's wrong. You never have to go see the property. Once you push it out, the buyers will be like, and these buyers, they know what they're looking for. They look at it, nah, man, needs this, this, and this. I need to be at 150. And you got it under contract for 185. How are you going to sell it? You're going to lose money. So go back to the seller, tell them, hey, this was wrong with it. I need to be at 140. Now, guess what? You still have this 10K spread. If they're like, no, I'm not going down, this and this. Okay, here's a cancellation. We tried. We're not obligated to buy these deals. On to the next. So it's like, even for us, we get 20, 30 contracts a month, but we don't sell every contract. I probably sell 6, 7 of them in a month. Recording contracts using attorneys. So when you do when you get on a call with me, I'll send you over the contracts, I'll send you over the scripts, you'll have everything. So thing about, you need to have correct documentation. There's a lot of contracts online where you could just, there's a lot of people like, hey, DM me this for a free contract. That contract gets you in a lot of trouble if you don't have the correct verbiage. So the contract I'm giving you, I spent $2,000 to make it. I'm giving it to you because, we do it in mass. So you get my exact contract that I use to lock up hundreds of deals nationwide. So you guys have that proper documentation. Also, another thing where a homeowner wants to back out. Supposedly you have a contract in place, you already have a buyer, you're about to sell this deal. Homeowner's like, I don't want to sell. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to record the contract. So if that happens, you're going to have contact with my attorney. You'll contact my attorney, you can record the contract. Are you familiar with recording contracts?
No.
Yeah, so you can record the contract. That means you cloud the title, right? You put a lien on that deal where they can never sell that property, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so you could do stuff like that if they're trying to back away, and you can even sue for non-performance as well. So there's like stuff like that are in place where it's called a memo. It's called a memorandum.
That's what the real estate agents do when you're trying to sell your house. As soon as you sign a contract with them, you can't sell with nobody else.
Yeah, they put a memo on it.
Yeah.
So you do the same thing with the sellers if they're acting up,
Yeah.
But usually, most of the time, they're good. But if they're like, oh, you know what, I got a better offer. I'm good. Okay. Well, Miss Homeowner, Mr. Homeowner, you can't really do that. We have a contract in place, and once you record it, you're good.
Yeah.
You're like, after that, you're smooth sailing.
When you mean recorded, you mean like your signatures and everything like that, right? What do you mean like we're recording the contract?
Recording as in you record the contract, like, hey, this is in process of us purchasing it, and the homeowner is not willing to compromise. It's not, we can't come to a commitment, so they cloud the title. So now all the title companies know, hey, there's some memorandum on this property where they can never sell it until it's resolved. And how you're going to resolve that is by, it's like, when you're going through a lawsuit or something.
Yeah, you got to settle.
Yeah, you got to settle. So you got to settle with the wholesaler before you could even sell that property.
Sometimes a realtor on our files, like you say.
Sometimes we got realtors on our files just in case we got to sell it to like a first-time home buyer or something,
Yeah.
Do innovation, which we're going to talk about. Everybody eats.
But that's the thing, though. That's when people are worried about what other people are doing. That's when they are missing I call it getting lost in the sauce, or missing the picture, or looking at the forest through the trees. You can't worry about what someone else is going to make. You got to make sure that this works for you. As long as it works for you, you're good.
Yeah. You're going to have people, in your journey, they're going to try cutting you off. They're like, hey, why is this guy making $15,000? Or why are you making $20,000 when the flipper, after he does the fix and flip, takes the loan, he's making $40,000? So he's like, dude, maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe I'm just going to back off. That's why we got 4 deals that just, didn't close because of that particular reason. Oh, they're saying
Pocket watch.
Yeah, pocket watchers. Which
It
happens.
doesn't happen like back to back. It's like 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes the loan doesn't get approved.
Yeah.
Or it's a lot of times. But if you have a relationship with the buyer, like if I know you, you know me, I'm going to close because we have done business together. It's also to have a relationship with each other, Go to other events, or we have a big relationship with other buyers.
Facebook groups, you could build relationships there. In person, if you're not an in-person type of person, then you could just do, build connections online. Like when we first started, he didn't want to go to events. He's like, I'm good. I'm chilling at home. He's closing deals in his pajamas. He's like, I'm good. I'm making money sitting at home, So I would be more going to the events, but how he would build his buyers list is through Facebook. He would call every single person that's posted a deal, build a relationship. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm in Chicago area. If you got any deals, he's gonna go over his pitch, but boom, 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 boom. So whenever we had a deal, like, yo, I already know who to dispose it to. This guy's called Dispo King. That's what we call him. If you guys don't,
King.
if you don't follow him, check him out on social media, Dispo King. So a little bit about myself. I told you guys that I've been wholesaling for 8 years now. I've built multiple 7-figure businesses. Due to wholesaling, I've started a rideshare company, have my own rental portfolio, all that good stuff, right? And I've helped over 100 people close their first deal. So you guys probably see me on social media, was posting my students, that close a deal. And John knows them very well as well. He's the one that manages all their students, all their closings. So once you guys are fully educated, John's going to be taking care of all your closings. As a wholesaler, you're the middleman between the seller and the buyer. All we're doing is getting the property under a contract, selling that contract to our end buyer, and making what's the difference, right? So if you get the property under for $100,000, you sell it for $120,000, you keep the spread, $20,000, right? That's all wholesaling is. As a wholesaler acts as a middleman in real estate transactions. Their job is to find properties priced below market value, negotiate with the seller, and sell the deal to a cash buyer for a profit, all without owning the property themselves. So we're not buying any properties. We're not putting any money out of our pocket to purchase these properties. We're just selling the contract. And we're not obligated to sell the contract either. I'm going to get into that as well. If you can't sell the deal, send over a cancellation, right? You're going to negotiate. So one of the reasons why you can't sell the deal is because you probably locked it up too high. It needs more work than expected. And it happens. You go back to the seller, hey, my buyers, suppose you got it for, suppose you got the property under contract for $200,000. Buyers are saying 180, 170. Doesn't make sense. Right, it needs more work than expected after you saw it. You're gonna go back to the seller, tell them, hey, I do want to purchase a property. After seeing it and doing my due diligence, it needs more work than expected. Can we be at 160? That way, you have a buyer for 170. If they say no, I want 200. Well, I'm sorry, we can't move forward. Here's a cancellation, and just move on to the next numbers game. Our team gets 30 contracts a month. Are we selling 30 contracts a month? No, we're probably selling 5, 10, 5, 6, 7 contracts. So. Not everything sells, but it's all a numbers game. So either you have time or money. If you have time, guess what?
You ain't got no money.
Correct.
You're doing everything yourself manually.
Right.
But when you have some money, you buy other
time.
people. But then you have to buy other people's time.
Exactly.
So
Time is money.
Time is money.
We're making money over here, baby.
Which one of them is most successful, or they all?
the most successful is this and this. The thing is, to play this game costs $5,000. To play this game, how much were we spending at PPC?
$15,000, $20,000.
$20,000 a
Cold
month.
calling is the most affordable. And
This is the most affordable.
You get the best returns.
Yeah. But this, we're spending $15,000, $20,000 a month on this. That's where we're seeing, we see higher quality leads. But to play that game, first you got to start here. We're still doing cold call. I still have, 20 callers who are calling every day for me, bringing in leads. This is like my bread and butter. And then we skip SMS. I was doing SMS, but now they have a lot of regulations now with SMS. You can only do 100 per phone number. So you have to buy 10 phone numbers to send out 1,000. Back in 2017, 2018, 2019, I was sending out 5,000, 10,000 SMS, and there's no regulations. So I'm sending out text messages and going crazy with it. But now there's a lot of regulations. But stick to cold calling. Once you guys, have a higher marketing budget, then I would recommend going towards the digital side.
Digital side is like the Facebook ads and stuff. Yeah.
For this, you need a website, right? You need to have a good website. Credibility is everything. If you're talking to a homeowner, you don't have a website. If suppose they say, Jonathan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say, hey, it's Jonathan. I'm calling from, what's your company called? Do you have any company right now?
Century 21.
Central 21? So
Yeah, see, you can't do that though.
Yeah,
We gotta get you an LLC.
Yeah,
you gotta get
you gotta-
JMS Realty or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta have a disguise. You gotta you got your costume on.
Legitimacy.
Yeah. So you gotta have maybe Jonathan Home Buyers, right? Yeah, I'm calling from Jonathan Home Buyers. I'm just looking to see if you were interested in selling your property. Oh yeah, we are. Awesome. We buy it as its condition, we pay all cash. Can I get some more information? Then you figure out the condition, then you guys are figuring out the occupancy, then you guys are figuring out the motivation, and then the price, right? So having a website, because if I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, well, what's your company called? I'm looking this up, looking at what kind of company I'm talking to. Don't you guys do that with, if suppose a random company calls you guys that you're interested in, you already did your research on this, you already checked their website, you already saw what's going on. So you do need a website. Doesn't matter if you're cold calling or even text messaging. Every single one of you guys need to have a website. I'm going to show you how to do it for $29 a month, through Wix. That's what and I'm gonna show you my website in a few as well.
You say through Wix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like $29 a
And
month.
you build it yourself, right?
Yes,
whatever.
it's already pre-built. Pre-built website. You just boom, 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 type it in. So I actually have one of the guys. Hey Logan, I actually have a masterclass going on. Why don't you say what's up to the people? This guy's never touched. This guy's never touched U.S. soil. He lives in the desert. Bro, show him the desert. Show him outside, bro.
Well, there's no much desert here, bro. Like I'm right next to home, so.
He's at the home, but but that's basically what's going on. This is how he talks. Hey Logan, why don't you do like some role play with me, bro? Talk to me about. I want to sell my house. Talk to me. Ring, ring, ring.
Hey, so, ring. Okay, cool.
Ring, ring,
so
ring.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Who is this?
Hey, this is Logan. I was wondering if you're interested in selling your house.
I might be. For the right price.
Okay. And what could be the right price for you?
I don't have a price in mind. What could you offer me?
Well, you're the seller. I thought that you have, price. You're the one who knows how much it's worth.
I'm not sure. Can you tell me how much my property's worth?
Well, if we run a comparable a CMA in your area, we might see a range. I might give you a range if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm interested. So I see, like this guy. You see the way he talks? He talks just like an American person. You can't even tell the difference. No accent. He talks like us. And this guy's never touched U.S. soil.
Yeah.
So it's like these are the type of callers that you receive. I appreciate you, brother.
No worries.
Take care,
You
brother.
want to see my Egyptian ID?
No, bro, we're all good. I appreciate you, bro. I'll talk to you.
Makes a big difference,
All
though.
right. Talk
All
to
right,
you soon.
thanks, bro.
Not that
So-
we want to discriminate against people with accents or anything like that, but it
Right.
makes a huge difference when it sounds like they're in another country and they're just calling you randomly,
100%. So like we hire callers like these. That's why, like you probably get calls all the time. Hey, if you guys own any houses and stuff, you probably get called. Hey, are you interested in selling? I know you own a house. You get calls. Hey, do you want to sell your house? Do you want to sell? Probably get 30, 40 calls a month.
I do. I get them all the
Yes.
time. And I
Yeah.
don't want to sell my house. I got to live there. I
Yeah,
have nowhere
but
else
if
to
you
go.
talk to them, some of them have good accents, some don't, So it's like we hire quality people like this. Yeah, you get a VA for $2 an hour in Pakistan, the Philippines, and but the accent's everything. If I'm talking to someone that wants to buy my house and they sound like, a scam, I'm not selling.
Right.
Them, But if you hire someone that actually speaks English, and these guys are fully educated people. They actually they have a degree in English. They have a bachelor's degree in English. So they actually, understand the vowels, the this, and the pronunciation of words. And they learn like a British school too. So it's like they have. Even when I talk to them, like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, it's this. I went to a British school. I go, oh, okay, I feel like they're more educated than me sometimes. I'm like, oh, they're out there in Egypt, So it's like, yeah, you get people for $2 an hour, but you get better quality people for $6 an hour. 6, 5. So that's why I go to Egypt. So this is what the DDC method is. You buy the data, you dump it into a dialer, then you hire a cold caller for making callers, and then start your campaign. They're calling for 8, 9 hours a day, and we guarantee you 40 leads a month. So now you have 40 leads coming in every single month. And now all you're doing is just blocking up deals. Does anyone have any questions on this?
So how much you have to spend to get 40 leads?
$1,000, $1,080.
1,000.
Yeah, $1,080 for the cold caller. And then for the data, depending on how much data you want to buy, you go to PropStream. You can spend $300, you can spend $500, you can spend
For example, you want, let's say, 40 leads. How much data you should buy?
$300 worth of data. Yeah. So I would recommend 10,000 records. 10,000 records. And then the dialer, it's like $100 for the dialer. So overall, the campaign should cost you no more than $1,500.
No question. When you started this, did you focus, like, for example, on distressed properties only or a little bit of everything?
Distressed properties. Yeah, I was focusing on like niche specific lists. I was buying pre-foreclosures, absentee owners. Absentee owners is like the best is a hit. And if you're getting started, I would recommend absentee owners and vacant properties. And even code violations, like especially like south side, west side code violations. It's like you're from the south, you already know how many properties have code violations, right?
A lot.
Actually, what you could do is something called driving for dollars.
Driving for dollars.
Yeah, so what to get started, what you could be doing is just see around the neighborhood, any property that you see abandoned, vacant, just write the address down, go to PropStream, skip trace it, and just call the homeowner. But hey, I just saw your property. I'm from the area.
Okay.
Just want to see if you were interested in selling. So like you gotta build a rapport with them, right? Oh, you have kids? Oh, you have 4 kids? Oh, that's awesome. I'm planning to start a family of my own. How does it feel like to be a father? How does it feel like to be a mother? You have any tips and tricks? Just build a rapport. You know, you gotta have that emotional touch. The reason why I say that is because when you're going for the reduction, when you get the property under a contract, how are you gonna differentiate yourself compared to another investor, another wholesaler that's calling that? Because the other guys are talking about price. I build a relationship with you. You know about me. You know, oh, I'm gonna be a father. This, that. They know. Oh, Abdul. Yeah, I know that guy. He has a similar story to me. That's why the relationship building the rapport is so crucial. Because what's gonna happen? It's not a one call close. First call, you're talking to them. Second call, you're getting to know them even more. Third call, you're telling them, hey, you know, I'm looking at, our team's looking at either buy, fix, and flip or buy, fix, and hold this property. Just wanted to see what we could do. How you like, just building a rapport, letting them know what we're up to, what we're doing, all that good stuff. Building so much rapport that even if someone gives an offer, this happened many times. People give an offer for $10,000, $20,000 more than us, and we'll still get that deal because of our relationship. They know we'll close. Because inside that rapport building, I'm going over my website. I'm going over the contract. I'm going over, hey, why we're better than the other people and why we could close. Boom, all this stuff to where someone else is just like, yeah, I can give you 140 for the property as it's cash. We don't gotta see it. Yeah, we'll come up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
no relationship.
They're just talking about money.
Yeah.
And some people, these people that are going through a tough time, they want someone there. Like their parent might have passed away. It's like, or something might have happened. They want to move. They want to downsize because their kids left to college. You gotta like get to know them. They're probably lonely. A lot of people are lonely in this world. So it's like you gotta talk to them.
Some people just want to focus on getting the sellers, and they give the rest to me. So I'll do negotiating with the buyers, doing the title work, talking to attorney, making sure that both buyer and seller are being communicated. Because you have to still communicate with the seller and the buyer till the day of closing. It's not like you get a seller under contract and then you're like, hey, after 30 days, I'll see you later. You have to call them every couple of days, every week. Hey, how you doing? Telling them the progress. What's the progress? Hey, we got the title back. We got the water cert. Now we're waiting on this part. Right? You have to keep people updated because if not, they'll forget about you. So this is a whole different strategy as well. And this is the most important. This is what gets you paid.